Okay, so I'm going to do a little update. If I can get my camera to stop jiggling there. Sorry about that. I'm going to use the Visions of Life Tarot and check into Clarence. Mr. Clarence, how's the future of your seat on SCOTUS? How's that going to go for you now that all this news has been coming out? And even more will probably come out, and I bet you it'll come out on some of the others too, like Brett Kavanaugh, and you know, because that's the way it works. The truth always comes out. I feel like drawing from a fan today, so hold on, I gotta make some room and move my card trays over here. And if I don't get to the bottom of this with this deck, I will, of course, switch to the Kipper. Okay, that should do it. All right, Clarence, what is your future? In the past, I've always seen health issues that would get him first, especially as things came down on his wife. Well, he's clinging. He's definitely clinging to Jenny. That's the thing. Every time I've read on him, she comes through. And every time I read on her, he comes through. And I've gotten clearly before that they're joined at the hip. So she definitely, I mean, you know, confirmation there is that she has always had a huge influence on him. And that's not right. That is not the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so anyway, let's look for his greatest challenge right here. His greatest challenge is to keep going forward and stay at the top. His greatest challenge is the fact that he's going to be noticed. That thumb is pointing down. I mean, he thinks it's the Six of Wands, right? It's our card for being recognized. Being seen and heard and recognized and acknowledged. But, you know, some people call it the victory card. But when it comes in the challenge position, you would read it as a reversal. So I feel like we could easily read it both ways, that he'll be recognized, like I said, but for what? Right? I mean, he's no longer, when we have this card come through in the reverse position, this is the failed leadership, basically. I mean, like he ever led. He never led anyway, but, you know, that's the traditional meanings with the Six of Wands reversed. It's our card of failure. It's our card of being disgraced. Like he ever had any grace, but, you know, that's the deal. Other meanings, let me think. Six of Wands reverse. I feel it intuitively. It's just that he's going to be seen, but for all the wrong reasons. He's never spoken up much and taken any. Let's take the two off the bottom here. Never taken any responsibility for anything in his life. It seems like. Oh yeah, and then two majors. So. Issues with his wife, issues with his creativity. I mean, he's definitely tied. And then, oh, look at this card. Of course, he's totally tied, and he's helpless. He's hanging there. This is, so this would be our Empress card, and this is our Hanged Man. So maybe he'll wind up being suspended somehow. I mean, when it comes to Scrotus, they have to impeach, they have to try to remove. But let's see. I mean, maybe he's going to resign. Let's see what's coming into his future. Nine of Swords. He's not going to like what he's, you know, seeing online about himself. He's got the Sorrow card there. He will have some stamina coming in. I didn't allow for reversals in this deck, so maybe this would be a reversed strength card, which would be, of course, weakness. Indifference, Eight of Cups. yeah, people are not going to care about him so much in the future. But traditionally, my Eight of Cups card is a card of walking away. So maybe he will resign. Makes me wonder. Here, let me see how many I can fit here. Let me just focus on drawing the cards first, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah. What's he gonna do? You know, and this card's ruled by Sag, and that is one of the signs of oh boy. One of the signs for high courts. Yeah, he doesn't deserve to be in a high position. Oh, is he going to start eating paper like Trump too? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. Wow. So what I'm getting here is that more's coming out. There will be more information coming out in the future about him. And I feel like he's got the big thumbs down. That's his biggest challenge. Let's grab my chopstick here. So endurance might be a problem, right? Look at these little eyeballs here. Uh-oh. Eyebrows are even up. Oh dear. What shall I do? Okay. Anyway, so he's having the dark night of the soul and trouble dealing with it because he might think that he has the strength, but you can see in the image here, if we had no clue as to what cards they were and we were just reading the artwork, there's stamina, but he's an old dude and he's not healthy, and I don't think he gets out and runs, and I don't think that he really does have any stamina. So I feel like this is him feeling very regretful and trying to run away from the problem, and he doesn't really care, but other people I don't think are going to care either for him anymore, because he's busted. The issue is, if he's done it, they've all done it, and all of these politicians have been doing it for a long time. I mean, that's what Senator Sheldon Whitehouse's work is all about. And that's what the family, the Netflix series The Family is all about. You know, there's Leonard Leo and all of I mean, it's been going on forever. So, or since, USA's inception, it's been going on politically. So anyway, what I was starting to say is that it's gonna come out about these other people and other politicians and other people on the bench, other judges even, and of course some new laws will be put into place. I think that's what this, this deck it's balanced, but the Temperance card would have to do with, and that's the card that's ruled by Sag. So high courts, looking back into the past. This is a little gift here, but look at the tail that's hiding. And I can't remember what cards came through on Saturday with Lisa on the live stream. This card's, I know I drew it for something, I just can't remember what for, what the question was. But anyway, back to Clarence's future. He can charm all he wants, but people are going to see who's holding him, who's controlling him, and the dark money and where the money's come from, more and more is going to come through, because, I mean, the Three of Wands will reveal the future based on the past. It's a little bit of karma, because you're successful only to the degree that you've been, working from integrity in the past, and he obviously hasn't. And it might be that the forces in motion right now in his life is just him really clinging to Jenny, and maybe he has an eating addiction. Maybe there's that going on, a food addiction. But yeah, this I don't see it going forward well for him. But it's not like we have the Tower card in here coming through either. Yeah. Torn relationships, that's not going to go well for him. People, lots of criticism and coming in fast with that. More information is going to come out. This is the sun card. So this would be revealing, the sun shining a spotlight. And, you know, everything's documented is what I'm getting with that card. Oops. Yeah, and he's going to be wishing things could go back to the way they were, but on another level, everything from the past will be shown through, and with his entire family. Wow. Okay, so that doesn't really answer my question, which I kind of suspected might have been the case. Oh, darn it, dropped my chopstick. So let me use the Kipper. Grab another chopstick here instead of climbing under my table. Okay, come on. There we go. All right. Kipper time. Okay. Hold on, let me get these mixed up really well. So, Clarence Thomas. What? Nope, that didn't work. What is your future? What is your future on the bench? What is your future? Which way are you headed? There's the card of important discovery that flipped out. Okay. Clarence. All right. There we go. Came out again. Whoa. Yeah, there's the health card. Always. Cheating. Partnerships to cheat. Helpless waiting in suspension with Jenny. Investigations. And that's him. Okay. So I'll do another row. There we go. Clarence. All right. Documentation with his clannish. Oh yeah, the way he's made fortune. Has made a lot of money. Oh, and this is Jenny having a lot of control there. But ka-ching again. And this is him. Okay. So, let's see what's at the bottom. Well, there's at least a restriction because he's tied to some overseas money, and there's some new information that'll come out about that. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a kid with another woman, because what are these two doing here? Although usually when it's pregnancy, you know, this would have been years ago, but because this could be the past. But I can't say that for sure, because usually when it's pregnancy, you have the child card with a visit, the other gift card that's also visitors. But anyway, this is him being a part of this, you know, foreign asset. He's a foreign asset. It's because money's from the NRA is what it is. Money that has come in. This does not have to be a person, but money that's come in, and he might have some restriction over that. That's really interesting. Something new, some new information about, maybe that's why we had that sorrow card, you know, that, oh no, they've discovered. So, but he wouldn't be the only one in it, but he's become the vehicle for it to show. So we're talking NRA money, because they were deemed a foreign asset by that bipartisan bipartisan Senate Intel Committee back in 2019. So there's that. Okay, but Jenny's in the middle, as usual. She's the lying cheater, and he is as well. This is hanging over his head. There's going to be even more discovery. There could be a judicial process about it. This could be a subpoena. And it wouldn't just be the two of them. Other people would be involved. But what lies in his future is a major health issue that he will cover up. Or maybe he'll try to say that it's a health issue and then he'll resign. Although, you guys, I don't have the death card here, the fatality card, because that, the coffin card, that would be resignation. But I can say what he's looking forward to is more investigation into himself and his wife, Jenny, and feeling helpless about all the people that were bonded together to make the money and stay in control. Because it's all about, that's why he was wined and dined by, what's his name, Harlan Crow. And in the background with Harlan Crow and Trammell Crow, the dad, sick. So anyway, this is like the Nine of Swords in the tarot, except for it doesn't really go away. And this is his health dogging him. And every time I use the Kipper on him, I always get this card. And Jenny always comes through too. So maybe neither one of them are healthy. How could they be? They're cheaters. She knights to the cheater card's hanging over him. Abuse of power. Hiding everything. And the cheating, abuse of power ties to the money card. He maybe could have a down patch with more money coming in. Of course, I think, doesn't that Harlan dude, I don't know if he's still alive. But I would venture to guess that people will not be forking cash over to him anymore, or taking him on vacations and, But of course, that's the problem is, he didn't do anything illegal. The problem is that our Constitution needs amendments like crazy. We need so many amendments to our Constitution because it's just antiquated. So I still have to say, I don't see resignation here, but I do see a health issue, or it could be the lie that it's a health issue and he does resign and he'll say it's a health issue. I could go for that with these cards, especially with these two cards hanging over his head. But I do believe he has health issues too, because I've always gotten that. And I've done his astrology. He has a playlist, so if you want to go back and look, I remember with his astrology, we had Pluto right on his south node, I think, which is bringing up everything from the past. So, okay, I think he has all the money he wants. I think he's fine for the rest of his life. But as far as whether he'll leave or not, I mean, this is all showing the past. The documents will be there. There's a discovery. It's documented. This would be the leaked recordings, videos, everything, and how he's lied about it because it's hung over his head. And now he's like, he's not getting out from under that, and he knows it. So that's very telling. This line here reminds me more of how much control she's had over him, and how much money Jenny has brought in for him. Like, she's been a major PR person for him is what I'm getting. This line here tells me that she's not going to be happy, that she's going to be investigated right here. All of this speaks to investigation. She's looking forward. They're both looking towards each other. They're both in it together. They have a happy marriage that way. How happy could these dirtbags be, in real life? But what's in between them in this relationship is an investigation. Maybe even they go to This is, you know what? This is their attorney. This card is them exploring their legal options. That's what it is. This is a crazy down patch if it's not major health issues for both of them. They've been in it together, teamwork. That's reiterated here. Yeah, and it's all about the money. And it's the only reason they want, you know, they wanted Trump in there, and they did everything they would do it for any Republican, because they think that the Republicans keep the taxes down, but they don't. Not really. Not really when you look at the big picture, because they all they just sit there and hold their position, and they don't do anything for the people. And if they don't do anything for the people, that doesn't flow into the benign circle of abundance. Instead, it goes into negative reality, which is what they're trying to, you know, control, this negative reality that's bound to break open, and it finally has. So what's sneaking up, so I can't say there's anything coming up behind his back, but what's sneaking up behind Ginny's back is this helpless feeling and being watched. And also all of her close confidants, you know, like we could put McCarthy and Mark Meadows in here. We could put anyone that she's had any influence over. Remember with January 6th? And the, you know, stop the steal, all that bullshit. Ginny's so involved in that. And so this is the judicial process hanging over her, and the documentation from the J6 committee, and the DOJ. This would be our DOJ card hanging over her, and they're seeing her as a cheater. And she'll lie if she goes in, she'll lie. But so that would mean she perjures herself. And this card knights to her as well. This despair card knights to her. I mean, it's all right here. I just can't say for sure whether or not he'll resign, but he might, and if he does, it could be a health issue, or he'll just say it's a health issue. But I get this card for him every time, so we'll just have to wait and see. If he up and croaks, then we'll know. Or if he lands in the hospital, then we'll know what this card really meant. But the only thing I can say for sure is that they will be investigated further, and the DOJ's on it. But again, you know, it's really just going to bring out the facts, because we don't have laws in place, and that needs to happen. You know, because we've got this clannish behavior going on with all of these people. They all stick together, and that's being investigated in. You know, we could say this is Sheldon Whitehouse up here too. He's been looking into it, and they're being watched. So, okay, if I keep talking, I'm just going to go in circles and say it over and over, so I have to stop. I'll be looping. Okay, take good care, you guys. Hope you're doing really well.